A Hawkins County man is scheduled to appear in court in February following an aggravated assault charge with his vehicle. This happened back in August, but News Channel 11's Carissa Winstead learned the man charged, Roby Patton Calhoun, has a lengthy criminal history. She spoke with the man who says his grandmother died in a crash involving Calhoun more than 40 years ago.
Yes, Sarah, Fred Phelan says his grandmother died in 1975 in a car crash. Roby Calhoun was later convicted of involuntary manslaughter in connection with that crash. Phelan says his family changed forever that day and thinks Calhoun spent little time behind bars for the crime. Now he wants to see justice for his family and Calhoun off the roads.
November 16, 1975, Margie and William Grimm go to visit family in Yuma, Virginia.
My grandparents left a little bit early and they were going up Yuma Road.
That's when, according to court documents, Roby Calhoun was driving a car that hit their car. Margie Grimm died in the crash.
And coming around a curve, he was on their side and hit them head on.
That crash, according to the Grimm's grandson, Fred Phelan, also sent William to the hospital for weeks.
The impact trapped Mrs. Grimm inside for about an hour and a half.
He says his family was never the same.
Rescuers attempted to cut the twisted middle away. The horror of losing my grandmother like that just really devastated my family.
A newspaper article from that year says Roby Patton Calhoun was the driver of the car. He also had 2 passengers with him. Calhoun later went to court where he was convicted of driving as a habitual offender and involuntary manslaughter. Eventually, he was sentenced, serving 1 year on work release.
He basically got a year serving weekends.
Phelan says Calhoun happened to be cousins with his grandfather, but he never showed any remorse.
Do you feel like justice was ever served for you?
No. It was not, and that was one of the reasons I think that it affected my family so deeply.
Fast forward to August 8th of this year. A police report says Calhoun was intoxicated driving in the Central Plaza shopping center in Churchill and hit another car. It says he tried to leave the scene when the driver of the other car tried to stop him. Police say Calhoun then tried to run over the woman. He admitted to drinking that day and told police he was driving because he, quote, was out of beer. Calhoun told officers that day, quote, I have been arrested in every state for drinking and driving, and I have been to jail 15 or 20 times.
It's been hard, seeing this in the paper just brought all of it back up,
A report from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation shows he has been arrested at least 9 times in the volunteer state. A majority of those were for DUI or other traffic offenses. And in Virginia, records show charges dating back to 1960 when Calhoun would have been 18 years old. Those records show a conviction of DWI, following too closely, reckless driving, and more. The now 76-year-old appeared in court last month for his most recent arrest. He is charged with DUI, financial responsibility, habitual traffic offender, and aggravated assault. That case was rescheduled and a mental evaluation has been ordered. I reached out to Calhoun, who didn't want to do an interview, but he did tell me over the phone that he, quote, had a good attorney. Phelan says he just wants to see Calhoun off of the streets.
I don't know that a long prison sentence is going to do him any good, but we'd just like to see him off the roads, and not hurting somebody else.
Carissa Winstead, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Calhoun is out of jail on a $7,500 bond. He's scheduled to appear in court again February 20th.